Today we have our first ever special episode where we'll be going over to the Provincial Grand Lodge of Essex's meeting at Freemasons Hall, London. We'll be speaking to the Freemasons at the meeting, finding out their stories and finding out how much they've enjoyed the day. It's a day filled with tradition, pride and celebration. A day where Freemasons from all across Essex come together to witness new appointments, recognise well-earned promotions and share in the brotherhood that makes Freemasonry strong. My name is Sam and as ever I'm joined by Paul. How are you, Paul?
Good, thanks, Sam. How are you?
Yeah, absolutely great. So first of all, Paul, what is the Provincial Grand Lodge meeting, or as we may refer to it during the podcast, the PGL?
There's kind of two parts to the Provincial Grand Lodge. In like a non-Masonic term, it's kind of like an annual general meeting. So all the different departments, so like the treasurer, the charity steward, all the other departments, they all write reports in. And then the second part is where a select number of the brethren across Essex receive honours. So whether that's an active rank, which means they've got some work to do, or they'll get a past rank, which is honouring their dedication and contribution to Freemasonry, but they don't have meetings that they have to go to.
Okay, and this meeting was a bit special, wasn't it? Because it was also attended by Lieutenant Colonel Ed Rankin, Commander of Colchester Garrison.
Yep.
And so tell us about that.
So the Armed Forces Covenant is a promise that we've made to veterans and active service personnel. We signed it back in 2022. And they provide support.
And that includes grants and help wherever possible, doesn't it?
It includes like our community engagement. It includes our charity. They all get involved to help the armed forces, their families, just the way we would the community.
So, rather than just talking about this very special meeting, let's get straight into the interviews and find out what happened on the day.
Over to the roaming reporter, Sam.
I am here in the Shakespeare Head just before the Provincial Grand Lodge meeting, and I'm going to go around and talk to a few people and see what they're looking forward to. So, hi there.
Oh my God.
So, can you introduce yourself and can you explain why you've come today?
Yeah, I'm Jamie. I'm currently sort of spearheading the Essex Light Blues. And yeah, I mean, great to support everyone today and catch up with everyone that's part of Essex Freemasonry and particularly the Light Blues.
So what is the Light Blues?
It's basically a Facebook group at the minute for Freemasons in Essex that are over 40 but haven't received a provincial promotion. It's just a forum for anyone to ask any dumb questions and not feel embarrassed about it because we're all in the same boat. So it's that forum, but it's also a platform then to launch other sort of social events and just get together and then invite people to lodges and just a social thing, really.
My name's Kai Elwood. I'm from Holland-on-Sea 6639 down in Clacton, and here today to support Steve Beardsley from St Joseph Priory Lodge.
So you've come to support someone. That's your primary reason to be here today?
That and the fact that it's my first opportunity to come here as a Master Mason.
Oh, so you've never been before?
Never been before, was only raised in February.
Oh, so what are you looking forward to? Do you know anything about today at all?
No, absolutely nothing, to be fair. I'm here for the experience and something to tick off the bucket list. It's a great experience so far, really good atmosphere. Nice to see so many fellow brethren here today.
So can you introduce yourself and what part of the day are you actually looking forward to?
Hello Sam, it's nice to see you. It's good to see you up here on this beautiful sunny day.
But you're giving away the mystique now, aren't you? Obviously you know, you're making it known that I know you very well.
Well, my name's Paul Morgan. I'm actually looking forward to spending time with some very dear friends of mine that have come from all over Essex. I'm looking forward to my first appointment, I won't lie. The very first time I've actually received an appointment. I know that I'm going to screw it up in some way, shape or other, so I apologise in advance to all those that have put in so much time and effort to make this day a success.
So when you say you're going to screw it up, so for non-members and people like that who don't know what actually goes on today, what have you got to do?
Yeah, there are specific allocations of seats that you have to abide by. That's the first error I'll make. So I'm likely to sit in the wrong seat. And then when your number is called up, you go up in a procession, you're presented to the Provincial Grand Master, and there are a series of steps. And it's the series of steps that I'm a bit nervous about, to be perfectly honest.
They are just normal steps you just have to walk up, to be fair.
They are normal on a normal day. I think I'll place it in that category, yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. I really hope it goes well for you. And I'll be waiting for you to trip up.
I really appreciate your support. Thank you very much.
Right, so my name is Steve Payne. I am the current master of Holland on Sea Lodge number 6639 over in Clacton, the Colvin Memorial Temple. The reason why I came here today, when I first came into Freemasonry, which is about 7 years ago, I said that I will never set foot into the Grand Lodge of England until I'm master. And I'm actually master, this year. So it's great to come here and support the same gentleman that Kai was on about. He's called Steve Beasley, and he's getting his honours today, which is fantastic.
So this is your first experience as well?
It's my very first experience at the Grand Lodge of England. Very excited.
Is there any part of the day you're looking forward to?
Yeah, just sitting back and enjoying the ritual, but all the build-up, getting up this morning, getting suited and booted, coming out with brothers, eating and drinking, and then the ritual. I'm looking forward to that and seeing how it all pans out and happens in the temple.
Isn't it the case that when we all get together, so a day like today is an opportunity for the whole province to get together. You and I have never met before, and look at us now.
I was just saying to my brothers here, if I was out just as normal, without the gear on, the suits, the table behind me said, "Excuse me, brother, could you just put your chair in?" Now that wouldn't happen, would it? Usually, and that just to me cements the fraternity. Like you say, we wouldn't have met. So it's great to actually have a chat with you, and it's brilliant.
Is this your first PGL meeting?
Worshipful Brother Neeland, and it's not. No, it's my second or third, but I got a promotion today, so I'm here. Freemasonry in Essex is a great thing, and we're really lucky to have a really great bunch of guys and a lot of talent as well. And I think it makes sense to make the most out of that talent.
My name's Oliver Smith-Jones. I'm actually being active in the procession today, so I'm looking forward to not tripping over my own feet, because that's always the way. Someone always does it. Hopefully it's not me, but to be honest, there's got quite a few of my fellow brethren getting first appointments today, so I'm going to be clapping extra hard for them.
When you say first appointments, what actually does that mean?
So they will be Master Masons. They've come through the chair, and they've now getting an official provincial grand rank of some description. They've worked hard, and this is their reward.
So going for the chair, that means being worshipful master. What does Freemasonry mean to you?
Brotherhood, to be honest. Meeting new people, all having something similar in common. So there's always something to talk about. But it's also meeting new friends, making new friends.
What's the vibe in the room at the moment, obviously, the meeting?
Yeah, very good. My name's David Cockle. I'm from Chelmsford Lodge 7610. The mood is very good at the moment. Everyone seems to be having a very good time.
So why have you come today?
One of my friends is getting Grand Provincial honours.
Have you ever been before?
Never. First time.
Oh, really? So you are one of the many I've spoken to where this is their first experience. Absolutely brilliant. You're going to genuinely love it. It was absolutely fantastic. So I'm here now with Richard Gardner, or Brother Richard Gardner, who, I will not lie, is actually my father-in-law, and it is his first time at the Provincial Grand Lodge meeting. So, Richard, what are you expecting from today?
To enjoy myself. I have absolutely no idea what's going to go on, having never been before, but I'm more than looking forward to it. I really am.
Have you heard anything about what actually happens today at all? Do you know anything about it, or?
Nothing whatsoever.
Have you come up here to support anyone?
I most certainly have. Brother John Illings, who is getting some sort of recommendation today, and we're looking forward to cheering him on.
My name is John Illing.
Hello, John. And why have you come today?
I'm very proud to come here today because of my honours that I'm going to get this afternoon.
Nice. And what honours have you got?
Past Provincial Grand Pursuivant.
But are you looking forward to the day?
Oh, very much so, yeah. I've been waiting for ages and ages and ages. It seems like forever since I'm up here. But I'm here now, so I'm hoping that everything will go fine. And I know that with a good bunch of lads that we've got, it should be really good.
It's what we're about, isn't it? It's what we're about.
My name's Steve.
And why have you come today?
because I'm involved with the charity side of things, and I've been helping out, putting out the envelopes and bits and pieces, and also just to see some of my fellow brethren receive the honours they deserve.
So you say you're involved with things, but Steve, I know you. You're Deputy Provincial Charity Steward. So you're more than involved.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Being very modest there. What are you looking forward to today?
Just seeing everybody enjoy themselves, really.
Here to support anyone at all?
I'd like to think I'm here to support everybody that's involved in Freemasonry, that helps out throughout the year and lets us accomplish what we accomplish with the good causes that we do.
Right, I'm Paul Murgatroyd, actually a Suffolk Mason. And I know today is obviously the meeting for the Essex Provincial meeting, but I've come to support my great neighbour, Mr. Peter Jacks, who's getting his first promotion today. So, it's Essex, but I don't mind coming along. So, no, what I'm looking forward to today is just, this will be one of the first times I've ever been to see a sort of provincial meeting of this scale.
Wonderful. And I know obviously the meeting hasn't started yet, I realise that. But we're all here. I mean, I'm looking around. There's Freemasons absolutely everywhere.
I've never seen so many. But no, the experience is fantastic, seeing so many of us in one place. I mean, it's almost the old joke of how many Masons it takes to change a light bulb, look, you know. No, it's a wonderful experience. It's really good.
So I am here with a past guest, David Barton. So, Dave, why are you here today?
It's always nice to catch up with people, and of course it's here to celebrate people's achievements. So I'm looking forward to a good day.
As you've been before, is there any aspect of the day that you think first-timers should keep an eye out for?
If they're attending the Connaught Rooms for the meal after, I think the fanfare is absolutely unbelievable, and that's something you should always want to go and see.
So we've just left the Shakespeare Head pub and we're making our way over to Freemasons Hall to actually attend the meeting. So let's see how that goes and see if we can catch up with a few people after to get their thoughts on the day. So we just stepped outside of the PGL meeting, and who have I just bumped into? Just out of his important role of today, it's Paul. How are you, Paul, and how did you enjoy today?
Yeah, it was very good.
What was you doing?
Basically standing on the door.
And what purpose was that?
I was guiding everyone. I was like an air stewardess. The exits are here, here, and here, and that's where the toilet is.
A vital role.
It is a vital role. Like, many people need the loo.
Where are we off to now?
The Pillars.
We're off to the Pillars, and we'll see if we can interview a few more people there. First person I see is a person actually in my chapter. Can you introduce yourself and explain why you're here today and what did you think of the ceremony?
Okay, I'm Westfall brother Martin Attard from the Earl of Latham 1922. The ceremony was really good, really enjoyed it. Hopefully one day I will get my honours.
You're waiting for that day, are you?
Yes, I am.
My name is Barry Trengmar, and the highlight of today was seeing you in the pub, Sam.
Always my highlight to see you too. Although you're not dancing or singing just yet.
I was just about to say, I like it when you're singing down the mic, to be fair.
Maybe a bit later. Can you introduce yourself and can you say why you turned up today?
Okay then, so I'm Worshipful Brother Mark Smith, and at the moment I'm one of the 8 Assistant Provincial Grand Masters for Essex. So as part of the executive, it's expected of you to be there today to support the Deputy Grand Master and the Provincial Grand Master himself on such an important day when the brethren are genuinely honoured for the service that they've put into the province.
So what was one of the highlights of today?
One of the highlights of today was, this is really weird, okay, but when you come out in the procession afterwards, so the meeting's over, and you come out through those enormous, magnificent doors in the Grand Temple, and you turn left, and you go back down the corridor towards the changing room where we get our regalia off. Actually, for me, the most exciting part of the day are the footsteps, because it's totally silent and all you can hear are those footsteps on the pavement as you walk down the corridor. That, for me, is really quite spectacular, to be privileged to be part of that procession.
So I'm Russell Keach, I'm the Provincial Grand Mentor of Essex, and today was all about giving those people deserving promotions and first appointments, and for the province to get together as one unit in a fantastic building, and then hopefully a lovely festival to follow.
You stood up in the ceremony.
Yes.
Why did you stand up? What was that purpose?
As reappointed as Provincial Grand Mentor, which I'm extremely proud about. I love doing the job, and long may it continue.
I'm Jonathan Glynn. I'm the Provincial Grand Secretary. The role I play is the administrative part, where basically I organise the meeting along with the Provincial DC team. A very busy day, but hopefully everyone enjoyed it, and that's the main idea that we want at the end of it.
If you could speak to a new member, someone coming for the first time, what would you think they should look out for?
At Provincial Grand Lodge, I would say the processions coming in when the Right Worshipful Provincial Grand Master comes in is a spectacle to behold.
My name's Bernie Smith. I'm from my mother lodge is Sibelius 9448. I was here obviously as a past Provincial Grand Steward, obviously supporting the brethren throughout the province, but also celebrating two of my brethren in my mother lodge getting their promotions.
So what is a Provincial Grand Steward?
Well, a Provincial Grand Steward escorts the Provincial Junior and Senior Grand Wardens on their visits across the province. And obviously this is the biggest day of the year where we get to parade in, parade out, and carousel. All the new brethren have received either appointments or honours, and it's great to actually escort them around the lodge whilst they're waiting to be greeted by the Provincial Grand Master. You get to know him, and when you go out visiting across the province as well, you see them, and you form that alliance, and you build friends throughout the province.
My name is Jeff Palmer. I'm the Provincial Grand Communications Officer. As of about 3 hours ago, the atmosphere was fabulous. It really was. It was really well attended. There were brethren from right across the province, and it was really great to see people supporting people individually and in groups. And once the Colonel came in, I believe it's Colonel, from Culture to Garrison, it was great to kind of see something that resonated with him as well, and I'm sure that it does across all the armed forces.
Can you introduce yourself, and can you explain why you're here today?
Absolutely. So my name's Simon Butcher. I'm one of the Provincial Deputy Grand Director of Ceremonies.
And this is an active role. So what actually does that kind of mean for non-Masons listening to this?
Okay, so my role is a ceremonial role. So my job is to take out members of the Provincial Executive on their visits. So when an Assistant Provincial Grand Master visits a lodge to undertake a ceremonial role, such as presenting a 50-year anniversary certificate or a 60-year anniversary certificate, that would be my role, to organise the visit, to take the Assistant Provincial Grand Master with me, and to make sure that the meeting runs smoothly for the lodge, so that when we come away from the lodge at the end, the lodge has had a fantastic evening.
So now I'm catching up with Paul Morgan, who we spoke to in the Shakespeare Head before the ceremony. Now we're just at the drinks reception, so in between the festive board, which is the meal, and the meeting. And how did you find the meeting? Did it live up to the standards that you thought it should?
It was unbelievably humbling, actually. I was terrified walking up to receive my honours because I did have to go up the stairs. The good news is I only forgot to wear my gloves to go in, so that was a big no-no. But one of the Grand Officers bailed me out at the very last moment, so before I got taken up by the stewards, he handed me a set of gloves and said, "You might need those, son." Which I thought was lovely.
Wonderful. And so what does this mean to you? What does this promotion mean to you personally?
This is my first appointment. I've been given what's referred to as an active rank, which means that as a provincial standard bearer, I'll attend with the Provincial Grand Master for ceremonies like centenaries or above, 75-year anniversaries, 50, or special occasions. So I will be part of the pomp that actually brings the Provincial Grand Master into every meeting that he attends. And I couldn't be any more pleased with that.
I'm not going to lie, I would love that. I love the pomp. That's one of the reasons why I come.
Yeah, well, it's, you don't get it anywhere else. I mean, you do get it in the military, in the UK, but you go around the world, I've lived all over the world, you don't get this sort of ceremonial sort of presence. And I love to be a part of that.
Can you explain your very interesting role that you had during the ceremony?
I can. It's a bit. I suppose it's a bit of a unique role as well. But I'm Worshipful Brother Steve Drury, and the unique role you're referring to is I head up the fanfare team for the province. So we play fanfares and such processional music for our bosses coming into the Grand Temple.
So that's all trumpets and organs.
There's a little bit more to the ceremony, as has been said by others, I have to say, so I don't like to blow my own trumpet.
What?
Literally.
If you excuse
the pun, yeah.
I have to say it does add to the ceremony, without a doubt.
We've become rather unique, and I've been racking my brains as to whether the other provinces have got anything like us. Apparently not, but I might be proved wrong. You never know.
Hi, I'm Joe Doherty. I'm now a past Provincial Grand Steward. This is not my first PGL. I always like to come up when members of my lodge are getting honours, and this year I've had the joy of being on the carousel and helping out during the day.
When you say the carousel, what is the carousel?
So the carousel is the system whereby the active stewards of the current year take those brethren receiving honours, first promotions, first appointments or promotions, and take them round Provincial Grand Lodge to the Provincial Grand Master in order to receive their collars.
So that's going around the temple, essentially, isn't it? Around the black and white checkered board that we have on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm Gary Flight. I'm from Lucas and Lyle Lodge in Colchester, 8,456. My second time as a Grand Rank. The first time was in COVID, so I missed out on coming up here. So this time I come up and I've got past Provincial, Senior Deacon.
So 2 non-members, what does that mean?
It's just a provincial rank, a higher rank than a normal Master Mason. Just appreciation for the time you spent away from your wife, really. So, yeah.
What was the best part of the day for you?
Having the other members of my lodge cheer me. No, that's the best part of it, being here with friends, really.
I'm Mike Barrett. I do the wonderful photos that you see in the publications.
Wonderful. And what good snaps did you take of the day?
Because we called the lodge off, I was actually able to take photos in the lodge. It was fantastic because I managed to get a good idea of how many people actually fill Grand Lodge.
Because normally you can't take photos in the lodge, not in an open lodge, can you? That's against the rules.
Yes, so it has to be closed or called off and you can take photos.
So what would you say to new members who haven't gone to the PGL? What would you say to them?
Just go. I mean, it's a fantastic experience. You get to see Grand Lodge, and there is nothing like Grand Lodge anywhere in the world.
Matt Harper Ward, Chelsea Lodge and the Essex Provincial Golf Lodge. The highlight of today is Freemasonry in general, the Brotherhood, the being alongside people that I haven't seen in a long time. The great thing is, if you take a few weeks off of Freemasonry, you don't see people in weeks and weeks, you can always come back and they welcome you, as if you are a brother and, you're back in the fold.
Explain to me about Chelsea Lodge.
So Chelsea Lodge is a lodge that was started originally for entertainers or people in the music industry. The ladies' nights, which are always very well attended, and during my year I raised some £39,000, which was a really good feeling, and not just because it was a record in my lodge as the highest year, but it was really good to see all of those funds being allocated to the charities on my master's list.
So I'm here with the Right Worshipful Provincial Grand Master Paul William Tarrant, the head of Essex Freemasonry. So can you explain what role you had today?
Right. We had the yearly meeting for all the members in Essex to promote and appoint new officers. And it was a lovely day, and we were here in the United Grand Lodge of England building, which is a beautiful building, and we love to be here, and there were about 1,200 of us. So it was a really good day.
What has been your favourite part of the day?
That's a difficult one. Actually, my favourite was that Ed was here, the Lieutenant Colonel, who's the commander of the garrison in Colchester, and we were talking about what we can do to work with him for various issues they have at the garrison. So from Freemasonry's point of view, we can help.
And if you're a new member, why should you come to the PGL meeting?
Come to see this building and to meet so many other members of Freemasonry in Essex. We have 7,500 members, and you will only meet a few in your lodge. So please come along and see others and see what we do. You'll enjoy it.
First of all, as an honorary guest, can you introduce yourself and explain why you're here?
Good evening, my name is Lieutenant Colonel Ed Rankin, Commander Colchester Garrison. I'm here following the signing of the Armed Forces Covenant with the Essex Provincial Grand Lodge back in 2022 on the 24th of March.
How do Essex Freemasons help you?
Since the signing of the covenant, there have been a number of grants provided with op camouflage, which supports particularly our children in Woodbridge. Amazing over the school holiday period, a fund there. They've also provided funds to support the Personnel Recovery Centre, and that has been used to fund first aid at work courses, and it's made a tangible difference to our soldiers on what we call personnel recovery duty, and just to help them whether returning back into the field army or transitioning into civilian life, and it gives them with the skills and the education to support that transition.
And so you're not a Freemason yourself?
I'm not a Freemason.
After today, what do you think of Freemason? What is your impression of us?
I mean, the impression is, since I was first introduced a couple of years ago, it's been fascinating to learn about some of the traditions, the culture, but also the transparency and the tangible difference you're making to your local communities, particularly through the charity work as well. I know there's lots of myths and stories, but actually what I've seen is a group of individuals with a common interest that wants to do good and to look after each other as well.
What an amazing day. The meeting wasn't just about the honours and the ceremony. It's about recognising the quiet distinction, the countless hours of unseen work, the friendship and the shared journey that defines Freemasonry. Each appointment, each promotion, it's not just an individual achievement. It's a celebration of the service to something bigger than ourselves.